waking up to powernomics ideologies so that we can actually make this election different from any other. What comes to mind immediately for you in terms of what you're seeing with this 2020 election and what we should look out for?
The biggest thing is that I'm just extremely disappointed in that throughout my political career, I made it a habit of trying to always predict what was going to happen to Black folk. And almost every point I ever made, Dr. Watson, hit it dead on the time and the date and place. And like as I said, in 1974, I told them at that time that Hispanics, everybody speaking Spanish, should come together and try to form a national Hispanic party to be able to displace Black folk by the year 2000 and begin to supplant them in everything. And damn if they hit it right on the head. In 2000, Black Hispanics reached the number they needed, the magic numbers, and they became, and where Black folk had been a majority minority for 560 years, they then became a minority, and Hispanics became the largest majority in the country now in terms of voting power and commercial power. That was an employment opportunities. I also predicted in the year 2000 that if Black folks don't wake up and smell the coffee, that by year 2013, that they would be a permanent underclass. And guess what? In 2014, the United States Department of Commerce census predicted that Black folk are now a permanent underclass. And a permanent underclass means those individuals whose position in the society has predicted they would wind up being beggars and criminals forever. We got locked into that by 2014. I predicted, told them that. I predicted also in 2000 that terrorism was coming to America. If you look at my book, The Dirty Little Secret book, I'm not sure what page it's on, maybe on the top of the page in on the first Dirty Little Secrets book, one page like 170 or something. I said the terrorism coming in America was coming on the wings, and that's when when that big attack occurred on 9/11 with the Arabs blowing up, burning down the 2 buildings in New York. Radio station in New York called me at the same time those planes were hitting those buildings and said, Dr. Anderson, how in the world do you predict this, 15 years before it happened? And I said, because Black folk didn't know the difference, but I said, I told you that. That's why on my last 3 or 4 programs I had, I predicted the 4 horses of apocalypse were coming to America, Dr. Watkins. It is here now. That's why the West Coast is now burning. As I said, you're gonna have pestilence and upheavals, social upheavals, and that's why the West is burning. That's why the South now is being flooded and people are drowning, and the West Coast and East Coast is under a pandemic. And what that means is that, and that 4 horses, is the next thing gonna come, it's gonna be racial. You're gonna have racial conflicts across this country. That's what that means. Also, in following that all these disasters right now is gonna be food shortages. Food shortages are coming next. And following those food shortages, there's gonna come water shortages. And following that, you're gonna have people now setting up what they call new globalization, the extermination of massive number of people. And so if we don't get this thing straightened in this coming election, they're going to. There are groups around the world going to try to extend it to extinguish something like about 60